Hi, I'm Chip Porter, I'm 14 and I go to the Mountain Brook Junior High. And just like everyone here, there are things out there that scare me. And today I want to talk to you about how every fear doesn't have to be so scary. But there are things out there that you should be scared of, like sharks and tornadoes, and sharknadoes. But there are also some crazy things out there there's some crazy things out there that you shouldn't be scared of, because our fears protect us from dangers that are real, but not all of them are real. Like hypomonstroscopidaliophobia, which is the fear of long words, is really ironic. And phobophobia, which is the fear of phobias. And theraphobia, which is the fear of your mother-in-law, which is weird because as hard as that looks, I couldn't find a fear of your actual mother, because they're kind of scary sometimes. Especially when they're trying to get you to write your TED Talk. And I found arachnophobia, which is the fear of peanut butter sticking to the roof of your mouth. And so I want to help, you might not have these fears, but I want to help you get over other irrational fears you have. Telling you about how I got over a fear I had when I was younger. And it starts with this hint, like, who would be scared of that? Or who would be scared of this? When I was in first grade, I went to Mount Brook Elementary, and every day I would go to the library to check out books, or maybe it was time for the library. But on the way, I had to go through the 6th grade hallway, and there was a science teacher named Miss Ball, awesome teacher. But every time, he would be standing like across the doorway. So I'd walk past the room, and I'd see him, and I didn't realize it was a cardboard cutout at first. I thought Albert Einstein was actually in the science room. I don't know why I thought that. And I thought he was staring at me. I don't know why I thought that. I mean, it's kind of obvious he's not really, but I was super terrified. And so every day, whenever I had to pass, I would just like run down the 1st grade hallway, and it didn't help when Miss Ball would come out and start yelling at me to stop running. I thought it was Albert, and I'd start freaking out, and I just ran harder. So eventually one night I went to bed, and I woke up to go to the bathroom at like 3 in the morning, and I woke up and I had a pencil coat rack in my room. And I thought it was Albert. I thought Albert had left the school. I don't know how he got to my house. He came in my room and he was there and he was waiting for me to wake up. And I pretended I was asleep. I was like, oh my gosh, he's here. He's waiting for me. I knew this day would come. I just sat there and I was like, what am I going to do? So eventually I just sat there. And I fell asleep eventually, but this kind of continued on for a couple of weeks. So eventually I said, oh, this is really silly. I need to get over this. So what I did was, first thing I did was, whenever I was about to go to bed, I just kind of stared at the coat rack and I go, you aren't Albert Einstein. He's dead. I'm almost positive. And whenever I'd wake up in the middle of the night, I would just kind of stare at it and I'd think to myself, there's no way, no, you're not Albert Einstein. And so I eventually started getting used to this, and I started not having problems with Albert. So then, I eventually, whenever I passed Miss Ball's room to go to the library, I would just stare at her and I'd say, I see what you're trying to do to me, and I'm not going to let you do it. I'm not going to let this happen. And he didn't mess with me anymore. He knew what was up. And after this, I kind of realized, it doesn't just have to be Albert Einstein that's freaking you out for what I was doing to help you get over other fears. So I decided that I wanted to help people with their fears, and I came up with a kind of list that helps you. Like public speaking. Like if you're terrified to give a TED Ed like I am, and your mom's like grabbing you all the time, like, are you okay? Are you okay? You're gonna mess up into it. No, Mom, I'm fine. And of course I'm so nervous. And and I even had to go through my own steps, and it starts with asking yourself, why are you scared? Now sometimes it's kind of normal, like, I wonder why I'm scared of that shark over there. You should be scared of sharks. But when you're like, why am I scared of public speaking? There are a lot of reasons, and it starts actually with the primal fear we have. When people think that when we were cavemen, we had this primal instinct of when a lot of people are looking at us, like everyone is in front of me, and I'm the only one up here, all eyes are on me. I think it's like a huge horde that's about to attack me. And your brain is like stimulating, going, oh dude, you're in danger, you need to get out. But you're not in danger. And if you practice and practice and practice, you'll be fine. And that comes to studying the odds. Let's say you're afraid of you'll get up on the stage, and you'll mess up and you'll trip like all on the stage. What are the actual odds of that happening? It's probably not going to happen. Or what are the odds that people won't like what your TED Talk is or what your speech is about? Because they will like it. If you spend enough time putting energy into it, and you spend a lot of time writing it, and it's something you're passionate about, they'll love it, just like you will. And then once you realize how stupid you're being, you gotta relax and laugh at yourself because you're scared people will think your idea is bad. And they're not. And you just laugh at yourself because you're taking things way too serious. And you're probably not gonna actually laugh, but it'll help you get over your fears. And that's when it comes into the fourth, which is wading into your fear. And this is where this thing called immersion therapy comes in, and it's kind of slowly getting used to something to get over it. Kind of like when you have hot chocolate or hot soup and you kind of sip it at first, so that way, if you just down it at once, I mean, you're gonna like burn yourself, and it's awful. But if you just kind of sip it slowly, it'll cool down eventually, you won't have trouble drinking it. And that's how immersion therapy works. So that's what I did with Albert with the coat rack. I started by looking at the coat rack until I moved on, and then go to step 5, which is just diving for it. And this is like making a speech somewhere. You finally, once you get used to it, you'll be fine, and you will be surprised at how far you've come for this. And it's going to be really changing. And I thought about this, and I thought like I was kind of calm this morning. I said, oh, it's fine, I'll be fine. I got up here and sitting back and I'm like, oh my God, I'm going to mess up so bad. But then you got to remember what Mark Twain said. He said, there are 2 types of speakers in this world, the nervous and the liars, which is really true. And so I want to talk to y'all this about today because I know I used to be terrified of public speaking. I still kind of am, but it helps a lot more with these steps. And I know there are people out there who are really scared of some things, like giving their ideas. So I want my idea we're sharing to give other people ideas and the strength they need to help get their ideas out there. Because not only are they neglecting themselves of an opportunity, they're neglecting the world of an opportunity, of an awesome idea. Some people don't think that their ideas are good enough or they'll be laughed at, but it doesn't really matter. Because if you work hard enough on it, you will succeed and you can change the world. Thanks.